We like to think that we live in a nice, safe neighborhood. The truth is that a burglary occurs every 13 seconds, and homes without a security system have a 300% greater chance of getting broken into. How many homes in your neighborhood were robbed yesterday? You need to start protecting your home and family today. Call now to get state-of-the-art protection. To keep your family and property safe, call the number on your screen now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casinos now, your favorite sports book available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you get a risk-free bet up to $300 and 20 bonus dollars at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Book Report, where we talk about the different state and national sports betting numbers. We also talk about whether or not there's been records set or not, or no record set. We have deals to talk about, legislation, both state and national, that we talk about for sports betting, as well as launches. And we'll start off right now with some national sports betting numbers. The national handle for February was just $282,000 short of the $4 billion mark.
Yeah, I guess we were all waiting for Illinois, and I guess everyone thought it with the Illinois numbers, it'd be over $4 billion for the handle. But
Illinois let everyone down.
It just fell a little short.
Illinois came in with their February sports betting numbers at $509.8 million in handle, which led to the $282,000 shy of the $4 billion mark. They had a record January in Illinois, but their February was terrible.
Okay.
Relatively speaking. I mean, $509.8 million handle is nothing to sneeze at there. But, again, it's one of those things where they were hoping to get another consecutive month at $4 billion. Did not happen. And, honestly, with February, with Illinois removing that in the mobile registration, going back to the in-person registration.
When does that start up again?
That started this month in April.
Okay.
See, we're in April, but we're talking February because Illinois releases their numbers.
Yeah, I know.
2 months later.
So in Illinois, what you're telling me is now, in order to complete your registration for online sports betting, you have to go to the physical sports book.
We're back to going to the physical sports book. You can actually start the process on your phone.
Yeah.
But you have to go to the casino. It's just like Nevada.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, they want people coming through those doors. That's what it is. Online
wagering accounted for over 96% of the overall handle in February for Illinois. Revenue of $35.4 million, win rate of just under 7%. Taxes brought in $5.8 million. That's state and county together. The one thing I noticed if you go back to the national side of things, Illinois is now the number 3 state in terms of February handle. You have New Jersey with $742.9 million, Nevada with $553.8, Illinois comes in at $509.8 million. The other big state rounding out the top 4 was Pennsylvania with $509.5 million.
Okay, makes sense.
So again, everyone is looking for this $4 billion mark. Came close again. I guess you can probably say that was a very good month
I really think you're going to get it in March, which with March Madness going on, I think you got a really good shot.
Well, you got to remember,
$4 billion.
Everybody's February numbers were affected by the Super Bowl in January because most of the betting for the Super Bowl does occur in January.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl was the 2nd or the 3rd in February.
Exactly.
So,
But those are the February numbers. Came close. Again, New Jersey led everywhere in February for handle revenue. New Jersey brought in $46.2 million. Illinois was second for revenue. And over for taxes, New Jersey came in with $5.8 million for the state. Pennsylvania, $5.56. Illinois, $5.31 million. And Oregon rounded out the top 4 in taxes for February, $2.68. March numbers. We had 2 states reporting their March numbers, Iowa and Oregon. Oregon took it on the chin in February. Their handle for March was down almost 19% from February to 24.05 million.
Now, this is for March?
This is March now.
Okay, this is for March.
Illinois always throws everything off when you're a month behind with everything. But year-over-year handle in Oregon was up 15%, but like I said, it was down almost 19% month to month. Revenue, $1.37 million, down almost 50% from the month before.
Okay.
Win rate of 5.71, second lowest all time for that state. Let's see. Top sports: basketball, $15.15 million; soccer, $2.76; hockey, $2.02; mixed martial arts (MMA), $1.06; and tennis, $1.01 million. First time table tennis has not broken into the top 5 for a state for Oregon.
Interesting. I know Oregon, like Colorado, they love their table tennis. So I'm
is there a
surprised that's
season?
off the. I have no idea.
I don't know if there's a table tennis season.
No idea.
That's still swirling around in my head there. Average bet was $31.43, and total bets placed was about 765,000. That's the number of bets placed. Iowa came in with a really good month in February, 161.44
So this
million.
is February.
I'm sorry. See, Illinois skills for screwing me up. March sports betting handle of 161.44 million. Mobile handle was about 86% of that total handle. They came in with about 139 million in the online handle. The handle overall, total handle, was up 12.4% from the month before. They came in with $13.45 million in revenue for the month of March. March revenue was up almost 75% from the month before. So they did a great job on revenue. Hold was 8.33%. That's almost 3 points higher than February. Kind of interesting that Oregon went down. A lot of other places went up for March too. So kind of interesting numbers there. The one other note, I saw this for Colorado, and this was in terms. A lot of different media outlets were reporting this. The tax revenue, the projected tax revenue for the fiscal year starting July 2020 to June 2021, because we're coming up on that. Mm-hmm. The projected tax revenue for the state was somewhere between 9.7 million and 11.2. They are now, after March, at $4.5 million in tax revenue. So I would say they're not going to hit those projected goals.
Probably not. So
it was kind of interesting. Again, this is another projection. Most of them don't even are realistic. They perfect vacuum kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to this couple launches. It's actually being reported by a bunch of different media outlets that Superbook is now going to get the 3rd Meadowlands license.
Really? So that's the rumor right now.
That's the rumor.
That's what's going all around. Superbook. I like Superbook.
That is going to be interesting when football season rolls around, because they're the ones that do that huge football contest.
Oh, great. I would love that.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to do it in New Jersey, but they do it in Las Vegas. A lot of people do it through the proxy services that are out there. So it's kind of going to be kind of interesting. I wonder if the Vegas numbers or the Nevada numbers for that Superbook contest would be effective if this actually happens.
I got to tell you, I hope New Jersey gets it, because I always love the pictures and I love the stories coming out of that contest. So, I hope Superbook does come number one, and I hope they bring the contest with them.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, they've been talking about coming to Jersey for quite a while.
So this would be Meadowlands, right?
Meadowlands. They join FanDuel and PointsBet.
Okay.
So be interesting to see. I mean, that's a great combination.
By the way, I have a phone charger from Superbook. Yeah, I think we met them at the I forgot where the
Ice North America.
Yeah, it was a convention. They had the
Jay Cornegay.
The great thing is they give all these things, these knickknacks away, and one was a phone charger, and I love this phone charger. So they have a customer in me just because they have great phone chargers.
Well, another big launch. I guess you can call it a launch. TransUnion, the credit agency,
sure,
has announced they will be doing a subsidiary called TransUnion Gaming Services.
Okay.
So it's identity fraud protection, other credit services for the gaming industry.
Great.
They're going to help police everything, with the sign-ups and making sure identities are proper. There's no leaks of identities for people registering. So kind of a unique little thing to see going on. That's a B2B kind of thing, not a B2C. You may not even see it as a consumer betting on some of these things, but
it's good to know that they're there.
Exactly. That's what that's for.
It's protection.
Also, let's go over to legislation. I know we're going to talk about New York, but let's hit the first state to legalize sports betting in 2021, and that was Wyoming.
Yes, Wyoming. Welcome to the family, Wyoming.
I was actually surprised they were the first ones to actually pass sports betting and get it going.
Well, I'm glad they did. I mean, it should be interesting to see what their favorite sports to bet on in Wyoming is.
Well, they are mobile only.
Mobile only?
No retail.
So they're more like Tennessee, right? They're
more like Tennessee, more like what New Hampshire is. No, not New Hampshire. I'm sorry, Virginia.
Okay.
With mobile sports betting, all that stuff. They're going to have mobile wagering only. You're going to be able to do professional, college, and Olympic sports.
Great.
10% tax. And let's see, I want to get my notes right. $25,000 application fee and a $100,000 license fee to cover 5 years.
That's if you want to be an operator in there.
They are among the lowest in the country.
They certainly are.
They are looking for business.
By comparison, I know we're going to talk about New York in a little bit, but how much is New York application fee for operators?
$25 million.
$25 million for New York operators. So,
well, I'm still confused about New York and how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Wyoming thing. Am I looking at this right? The legal wagering age is 18?
That's correct.
Wow, okay.
Fourth state, fifth jurisdiction.
To allow 18-year-olds. Okay.
Montana, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and D.C. are the other ones.
Okay.
To allow 18-year-olds and older. So they're going to have a minimum of 5 licenses, no max, no cap. So you're going to see Wyoming actually almost be like the Wild West again, where you just go. There are going to be tons of sports books flooding that market.
Great.
They're hoping September 1st.
So September 1st, okay.
Yeah, right. That's fast.
It's very fast. I mean, but
can be done. Can be done.
Sure,
probably
it can be done. Yeah, no, because if it's online only, I think it can be done a lot quicker. And would you say September 1st, which
September
is a great
1st.
time right before NFL?
Yeah,
right before NFL and college football.
NFL is always the target for these states because I know Connecticut is trying to do that as well. I don't know if they're going to do it. Speaking of New England, since I just mentioned Connecticut. Maine has reintroduced another sports betting bill after the other one got vetoed.
I have a feeling that's going nowhere, but we'll see.
I don't know.
New Hampshire is doing very well with sports betting, so maybe that might spur on Maine to really get going in their sports betting industry.
Well, right now, the first bill, SB 1352, is just for mobile that don't have to be tied into any of the casinos. Untethered.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are 2 other bills that are just introduced recently that are tethered. You have to have a casino partner.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is for untethered online casinos, online sportsbooks, 10% tax, $2,000 license fee for retail, $20,000 license fee for mobile. So, again, cheap.
Yeah.
Maryland changed their sports betting classes a little bit. They've got an uncapped license structure now. There's a whole bunch of different classes. They made room for small businesses and minorities, as well as looking at having the stadiums do every day instead of just game day,
which is good. Which I like.
But I think
which is smart.
The important thing is the uncapped.
Yeah,
because that is going to expand that market significantly, and especially since they made a small business exemption or a small business class for people to apply for. That allows probably a lot more competition against the big-time sports books in the state. Now let's hit New York. I am just shocked at the way New York came out with this, to be honest with you.
I got to tell you.
It's kind of a mess, but it isn't. It's one of those,
It
I don't
seems
know.
like it's changing every day. We're seeing more developments every day. I mean, we're recording this, and and probably in a couple days when this comes out, there's going to be new information that's not in our discussion. But it's fascinating to see how this is evolving and how these terms and what people think should be doing in New York is coming about. So,
well,
it's very interesting.
The important thing is it takes its lead from the New Hampshire model, a main platform, but New York is doing 2 main platforms with 4 skins each. Mm-hmm. Insert your own joke there. $25 million licensing fee or application fee.
As compared to the $25,000 that you have to pay for Wyoming.
Yes.
So in Wyoming it's $25,000. In New York it's $25 million application fee.
But if you think about it, the reasoning is you'll make that $25 million up quick.
Sure.
In New York with that population there.
Sure.
But the tax rate, you may be seeing these 2 platform providers paying 50% of their tax rate,
which is enormous.
Which is what DraftKings does up in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, it's big though.
Yeah,
that's big.
That's what Cuomo was seeing when they were looking at trying to come up with this. Most of the legislators wanted the open bidding process, multiple licenses, that sort of situation. They didn't get that. They got 2 licenses, 2 platform licenses.
Okay.
And again, it'll be interesting to see how this evolves. You're right. This is just starting.
Yeah, I think this is going to evolve. What's happening right now might not be what the final situation is with regard to sports betting in New York, but this is a fast-moving story, and it's a very interesting story because once New York gets sports betting, I think that's a game changer for a lot of things. But the number 1 media market, it'll probably be one of the top sports betting markets as well. So.
Again, you're going to have to see who gets cut out.
Sure.
And again, the Meadowlands may be the most affected by this in New Jersey.
I don't know. A lot of people want to go to a sports book to watch a game, and that really in the New York City area, that's the only physical sports book there.
Yeah.
I mean, are they planning on building another sports book in the New York metropolitan area in New York? I don't know. Maybe.
They may get a New York City casino out of this. I don't know, but they've been talking about that for a while now. But again,
I read reports where some developers want a Manhattan casino, which I can't see that happening. I mean, the traffic is horrible in normal situations in New York anyway. Can you imagine throw in a casino?
Well, safe to say this is a developing story.
Yeah.
Put it at that. And last but not least, let's hit a couple deals since we're running short on time. And again, if we haven't hit upon a story that is in my notes here, we always put up the entire book report on our blog. Go to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button. You'll see the stories we're talking about and some stories we haven't talked about on the blog itself. Two deals. Better View, which is a content, odds and stats content provider company. Mm-hmm. They did a deal with Bolero, which runs bowling lanes across the country.
All right.
Also, Bolero is also, I think, part owner of the Pro Bowlers Association.
I've been watching bowling a lot. I mean, I kind of been enjoying it. I like the graphics that they have now on this side. They can show where the ball is going and how it curves and the angle and degree it hits the pins. I think it's amazing now with bowling.
Well, they have done a deal with Better View where when you go into the Bolero branded lanes or whatever what they call them, because they have like 3 different types of lanes under their company umbrella, you'll be able to get betting stats.
Wow. Okay.
On their TV systems.
Good.
That's from Better View. Maxim has entered the sports betting and iCasino industry.
Maxim, the magazine.
Maxim magazine.
Okay.
The men's magazine, the men's lifestyle magazine, whatever you want to call it. They did a deal with Carousel Group to launch MaximBet.com.
Okay.
So we'll see when that launches. They've been talking about it for a little while. Nothing set on when the actual launch date's going to be, but they are talking about possibly a state like New Jersey having it first.
Hey, great.
Because Carousel is already licensed in New Jersey. We're working on their license.
I would certainly check it out.
And one last little note. Scientific Games did a deal with BetSwap, which is sort of like PropSwap, but you incorporate it into the sportsbook itself.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually put BetSwap. The BetSwap enables people to sell their betting slips.
Okay.
Between each other.
All right.
And that'll be incorporated into the Scientific Games sports betting platform.
Interesting. Oh.
So that's it for this week's book report. I'm glad everyone joined us. If you have any news or stories you want to see included here, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. It's the best way to reach us, or you can comment on the blog, and we'll see you next week.
And that'll do it for us. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.